Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 12:24 p.m. according to a computer clock on Monday, July 20th, 2015, and this is my reaction to Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Crystal episode 26. Replay never ending. Okay. This is the final episode of the Black Moon arc, and the final episode of the season, or the series, or whatever. I'll get to that in a bit. The equivalent episode in the original anime would have been episode 43 of Sailor Moon R, or episode 30 of the romance portion of R, or in other words, like episode 89 of the original series. I believe it's 89. Let me just count to be sure, because I think I had read 88 in one of the comments. Before for that. But yeah, this was an awesome episode, and Wise Man, Death Phantom got defeated a little too easily. It's like, basically, okay, Chibiusa awakens as Sailor Chibi Moon. Neo Queen Serenity awakens from her sleep. She's fully revived. She wakes up King Endymion, and then she sends Sailor Chibi Moon on her first mission as a Sailor Senshi to aid Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask in defeating the Death Phantom. Yeah, it's a pretty big mission for first time out, right? But yeah, what it is, Sailor Chibi Moon joins them, and she and Sailor Moon do double, Moon Princess Halation attack, and that basically explodes the planet Nemesis. So yeah, it didn't take too long, and it was fairly easy. So then, like, Sailor Moon's wand is destroyed, and she's gotta get that replaced, but okay, hang on. Basically, Neo Queen Serenity stops the other Sailor Senshi from joining Sailor Moon. She's just like, she doesn't give a reason, but she's probably like, yeah, you're gonna get killed if you go. I'm guessing that's the reason. She's like, we'll just wait here and wait for the three of them to come back. Yeah, that's actually what she says. But anyway, yeah, Neo Queen Serenity awakens around halfway through the episode, and then after the battle's over, there's a bit of a drawn out goodbye. She retreats into Crystal Palace so she won't meet her past self. But Sailor Moon wants to meet her future self, so the two of them meet, and actually it's Neo Queen Serenity that's more excited to run toward Sailor Moon and meet her. Yeah, it looks like this, the equivalent episode was episode 89 of the original series. The next episode after that, episode 90, was a clip episode, or Eclipse episode, that basically it was the girls trying to decide who should be the leader, and they were reviewing clips from the past episodes, which makes it non-canon because they acknowledge the fact that they'd lose their TV viewers if they keep arguing. But anyway, it was just a silly clip episode. But yeah, so it took the original anime 89 episodes to get to this point, and Crystal did in 26, which is awesome. Oh, I should look up the original air date for when the equivalent episode aired originally in Japan. This episode, hang on. Well, while I'm waiting for my browser to unfreeze or whatever it's doing, okay, here we go. It's called The Final Battle Between Light and Darkness, Love Sworn in the Future. It originally aired in Japan on March 5th, 1994, so a little over 21 years ago. It's hard to believe that series is that old. But yeah, I like the episode. I really enjoyed it, but what I was waiting for mostly was the last few minutes. Because I had read the corresponding manga chapter before watching the episode as usual, and as usual it's 90-something% accurate. They add some stuff, like in addition to Neo Queen Serenity meeting Sailor Moon, the other Senshi see their future selves as well, and even the cats see their future selves with Diana. There's like this big meeting. They don't all talk to each other. It's mostly Neo Queen Serenity talking with all the Senshi, the past Senshi, including Usagi. They don't hug or anything like that. There's talk like where there's no meeting my past self, not ever. I think she says not ever in the manga translation that I read, but anyway, they both understand, but they both still want to meet each other, which they do. They even talked about the whole, the same person can't exist in the same time and space, but they're just a few feet from each other and they're talking, and there are no ill consequences. So I don't see why this is made such a big deal of. But yeah, there's a bit of a thunderstorm going on outside. I hope the power doesn't get knocked down or nothing, but, hang on, I'm gonna bring my own little moon kitty here, Kiciu. Here we go, here's Kiciu. And, yeah, hi, Kiciu. Kiciu had been in his room for a bit so he could do his bathroom stuff. He actually lives in a bathroom at night, appropriately enough. Kiciu's more like Tuxedo Mask, I would guess, because he looks kind of like a tuxedo, huh? You want to go in my lap? Okay. Oh, you want to go down? Okay. Let's see. So in the last few minutes, Neo Queen Serenity, before everyone leaves the 30th century, she powers them up somehow. She powers up the century. It's kind of vague what she does. She calls them each one at a time, and she gives them something. She also gives Usagi a new heart-shaped locket, because the previous one was destroyed, I believe, in the battle. And then later on, everyone goes back to the 21st century, and there's a brief moment when Usagi wakes up and thinks it was all a dream, but it's just a few seconds because she then sees her uniform hanging on the closet door, and the heart pendant is on it, or the compact, or whatever you want to call it. So And then Chibiusa comes in. She's wearing a kind of like a Hotaru-like hat that Hotaru wears. But anyway, she's ready to go back to the 30th century. There's this thing. She and Usagi go outside. There's arguing. There's tears. There's Usagi running back home. There's Chibiusa coming after her. And then they finally go out to the park where Chibiusa first arrived. And even Mamoru shows up and gives Chibiusa a little tuxedo mask doll, which I think was in a previous episode. Yeah, I think so. And I think the one where she stayed over at his place. Anyway, so Chibiusa leaves. But first she gives Usagi the Spiral Heart Moon Rod, which sets up the next season. So it's like, okay, they're setting things up, but is there going to be a next season? There still hadn't been no confirmation or anything. So Chibiusa comes back in about a minute, as she did in the manga, and apparently she gave her parents some kind of bullcrap story that Sailor Moon had agreed to train Chibiusa in the past, which, why doesn't Usagi, Neo Queen Serenity being the future Usagi, why doesn't she know all of this? Why doesn't she know that Chibiusa's lying to her? Why was she kind of surprised about Pluto's death? Why didn't she know about it? There's so many things, it's like, why doesn't she know, like, everything immediately that's going on when she wakes up? I mean, shouldn't she be aware of what her past self had done? This is why time travel sucks. I mean, they had altered history by going to the 30th century in the first place. But aside from that, if you try to put that aside and say, well, you see the future, they get to see their future selves, which shouldn't happen, but they get to see their future selves, I guess, based on the assumption that they all return back to the present time safely. But if that's the case, why doesn't Neo Queen Serenity know what's going to go down? Why doesn't she know everything in advance? But anyway, so Usagi and Neo Queen Serenity talking to each other, and it's kind of like a self-congratulatory moment, if you think about it. They're the same person. It's like if I went back in time and told my past self, hey, you're awesome, and my past self's like, no man, you're awesome. Anyway, so Neo Queen Serenity sends Chibiusa back in time to train with the past Senshi and Sailor Moon, and even sends a handwritten note, which, Neo Queen Serenity is still Usagi. She's still got some Usagi in her. It's kind of weird. At one point, she had said that she had lost most of her Sailor Senshi powers when she became Neo Queen Serenity. It's never really explained why she lost her powers. I mean, why would she lose her powers? Anyway, something that I never thought about, but that Aurora Peachy mentioned in her reaction, is that the future Senshi should wear their eternal costumes. They shouldn't be dressed the same as the present day Senshi. So Chibiusa returns. Same type of thing where she lands on Mamoru. disrupts Usagi and Mamoru's kiss, lands on Mamoru, unintentionally kisses him. Although we don't see the kiss like we did back in like episode 14, I think it was. But then again, in the manga, we don't clearly see it either, but we know it happens. That's been so weird. Her attraction to her father's past self. She even calls him my prince in this episode before she leaves. It's really weird. But anyway, and then Usagi yells at Chibiusa, So then, finally, instead of the to be continued Usagi card, we get see you soon. That's a confirmation. See you soon. No specifics or nothing. There's no trailer. There's no promo image released yet, as far as I know. It's just see you soon. And yes, that means we are getting the rest of the series. Probably another 26 episodes to finish it up. Go, Infinity, Dream, and Stars. Kiciu loves to hop on the dining room table. Anyway, come here, my little moon kitty, or my little tuxedo kitty, or whatever. You're so cute. You're so cute. I love you. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. I didn't get really emotional or anything like that. I didn't tear up or nothing, but I'm just so happy that we're getting more of it. There's probably gonna be a bit of a break for a while. Don't know how long, but in the comments for the episode on Crunchyroll, I had read that it has been confirmed for August, but I doubt that because that's the same place that I read that it took 88 episodes of the original series, and really it was 89 to get to this point. Supposedly I heard we're supposed to check for new trailers and stuff in December or January. Anyway, there's gonna be some kind of break. I don't expect it to premiere in 2 weeks, but there's gonna be a break, and then we'll come back with, I guess it will be called Sailor Moon Infinity, but that's just a guess. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the series so far. They have started doing the English dub using the same voice actors that are dubbing the original anime into English. There's a preview of that at some con recently. I forget what it was, but they showed a preview of the dub for episode 1 of Sailor Moon Crystal. And you heard Stephanie Sheh as Usagi with the new animation, and yeah, so I can't wait for that. Anything else for me to say about this? I don't think so at the moment. Hi, Kiciu. Kiciu's staring at me while he's on the table because he loves the table. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else really for me to say about it. Mostly I was just waiting for the end of the episode. And part of me secretly hoped they would play the Power of Love during the final battle, but I knew that wouldn't happen. If it did happen, I would probably piss my pants or something. But anyway, that's it for now. Until we get new Sailor Moon Crystal, I will be doing episode reviews for the original anime because I have ordered Season 2 Part 1 on the Blu-ray DVD combo. It has shipped. It's on its way here. So when that arrives, I'll pick up doing the episode reviews for the original series again. And that's it for now. It's 12:44 p.m. and thanks for watching.